Hello, this is called Hair Pocalypse. Aidan Allen was a grubby kid. His clothes were always wrinkled, his shoes were always untied, and he always seemed to have grass stains on his knees. But none of that was the problem. The real problem was that Aidan Allen's hair was completely out of control. It wasn't just messy, it seemed to have a mind of its own. Lie down, hair, why can't you behave? His hair seemed to move, his hair seemed to shrug. That is not possible, Aidan thought. Amazing picture of his hair. Aidan reached into a drawer and pulled out his mum's big blue brush. But when he brushed, the bristles immediately became tangled in his greasy locks. His hair seemed to be grabbing the brush. His hair spun the brush into a circle and then flung the brush into the toilet. This is no good. At the table, Dad looked up from his phone and shook his head in dismay. Aidan, your hair is crazy. You have to do something. I already tried, Aidan said. Better try again, Dad said. Aidan caught sight of the clock. There's just no time, Aidan said as his hair grabbed his spoon and dumped his cereal on the floor. On the bus, Aidan's hair tied itself into 3 bows. Aidan knew everyone was staring at him. He tried to pretend nothing was happening. Oh dear. Poor Aidan. But at school, Kate Benton spotted Aidan and his crazy hair right away. It had formed airplane wings on the side of Aidan's head. There was no way Kate would stay silent. Look at Aidan Allen's hair, she shouted. But from the first bell on, his crazy hair did anything but stop. During an art class, Aidan's hair grabbed some paintbrushes and spattered paint everywhere. Oh gosh. At lunch, Aidan's hair formed a giant, dangerous raptor that blew over Noah Foster's milk right onto his trousers. And at break, Aidan's hair turned into an octopus-like creature. It wrapped around Kate Benton and her friends and pulled them into a nearby mud puddle. Oh, you're the worst hair in the world, he said. After break, Aidan felt defeated. His hair was worse than ever. Telling his hair what to do wasn't working. Yelling at his hair wasn't working either. He took a deep breath and talked to his hair. Why are you doing this? What do you want? Immediately his hair formed into a magnificent mass of curls. Then it formed a long ponytail blowing in some imagined wind. Then it grew up into a great shiny mohawk. Then it fell into a flowing mullet. Particularly love the mohawk there. So you want to be styled? No way. There has to be another way to make you happy, Aidan said. For a moment there was a silence. Then a bit of air moved through his hair. You might just be able to see. It says, wash me. On the bus home, Aidan and his hair discussed a plan to fix their issues. Aidan was exhausted. Clearly his hair was exhausted too. It lay lifeless and flat, looking even worse than usual. That night, Aidan took a shower before his dad had asked him to. He sang a song and soaked up. Aidan and his hair had come to an agreement. Aidan would wash his hair every weekday, but weekends were his days to be totally grubby. At breakfast table the next morning, Dad looked up from his phone and shook his head in amazement. Your hair looks fantastic. Thanks, Aidan replied. But your shirt is dirty and your shoelaces are untied, Dad said. I'm a grubby kid, Dad. I'm doing the best I can right now. Okay then, Dad said. Then Aidan Allen and his hair headed to school, a little less grubby and a lot more confident. And just at the very bottom you might be able to see his shoelaces are saying tiny. Hope you enjoyed that. I thought I'd read that and share that with you, inspired by my not being able to go and get my hair cut like all of us. Take care.